Okay, all right. Okay, this is part two now times chapter two, journal self live self documentation recording. Aiden shuffles in with a plate of food. My God, it is mouth-watering and fragrant. She perches atop a stool and eats like a pig. Aiden is 13 and essentially runs this whole thing, the house, the TikTok channel, the tech. Aiden wears all black, soft clothes most days, still in pajamas, as Bert says, like a spider-limbed mummy wrapped in black gauze. A neurospicy spider mummy who eats like a pig. Bert and I are not related to Aiden. She was placed here by Connie during chaos, and she stayed. She lives here, but she's basically on her own because what can we do for her that Connie hasn't already done for her? Her entire family died during chaos, and Connie basically raised her. So Aiden talks to machines better than I do. So Aiden talks to machines better than I do, better than she talks to humans. So Aiden talks to machines better than I do, better than she talks to humans. Even though I struggle to connect with her on any level, we live together and she runs my channel. So you're up early, I chirp awkwardly. It's actually late, but for Aiden, it's early. She knows I'm being snarky and chooses to ignore it. She snorts. Duh, for the snacks, it's snack window. It's snack window, period. It's snack window. Curry. Does the period go inside of the parentheses or inside of the quotation marks or outside? I just never can tell. Does anybody know out there? Does the period go inside the quotation marks or outside? It's like open quotation marks. Duh. For the snacks, it's and then single quotes, snack window, period. Like open single quote, snack window, period, close single quote, curry, close double quote is how I have it now. But I'm not a grammar nerd, but if anybody out there wants to tell me how the punctuation would work here, please let me know. Okay, duh, for the snacks, it's snack window. Curry. Curry sandwiches, curry finger sandwiches. Aiden is obsessed with old-timey snacks from before chaos. Part of her independent study is to research and develop snacks. You might think that's frivolous, but that's how we got Mama G. Mama G is a robotic sort of collie arm that Aiden built to make the snacks. Mama G is a robotic sort of collie arm that Aiden built to make the snacks. Here, Aiden hands me a finger sandwich. Curry from the curry tree you plant. The curry's from the curry tree you planted during chaos. And the thing is that in my real life, I did plant a curry tree in our back garden, which we have not harvested anything yet because it's not doing so well, to be honest with you. So anyway, it's from the curry tree. The curry's from the curry tree you planted during chaos. Really? I take it. I close my eyes. I take a bite. Oh my God, that's so spicy. Right, she says. So the original purpose of the Mama G arm So the original purpose of the Mama G arm was really to make snacks, but then when Aiden married the arm to Connie, the technology became useful for all kinds of things. All kinds of things. Connie was now able to interact with the real world in a tangible way. Okay, Connie, in a tangible way, in a tangible way. Perceptible by touch. Yeah, okay. So in a touchable, palpable, tactile way, in a physical way, in a corporal way. Let's just say the technology became useful for other things. Okay, so the original purpose of the Mama G arm was really to make snacks. But then when Aiden married the arm to Connie, the technology became useful for all kinds of things in real life. No, for all kinds of physical things. No, physical things. Connie was now able to interact with the real world in a tangible way. Then Aiden decided to gift this technology to the rest of the world. I opened my eyes. Aiden has disappeared, like she does. I'm convinced that Aiden and Connie and Mama G have built secret I'm convinced that Aiden and Connie and Mama G have built secret passageways in our own home that I don't even know about. I must find them. But first, before that, I need to organize all of these blank art journals. There are dozens of them going all the way back to the late 90s. And people are always dropping off more of them. We are never out of blank journals. We never have a shortage of blank journals. We never have a shortage of blank journals. There are more blank journals than there are people willing. Okay, more journals. People don't like to self-document much. People don't like to self-document on paper anymore. Much anymore. I'm going to go with organizing the journals by type again, because that's how I like to choose a journal myself. I imagine others choose by color or paper style or some other thing. I don't know. Maybe I can sub-organize by color. I pile up all of the spiral journals. Of course they topple over. I reassemble a cardboard box I had disassembled just yesterday. Waste not, want not. I put all of the spiral notebooks in the box. I rummage around for a label maker and type out blank spiral journals and stick the label on the box. I slide the box onto a shelf containing other boxes of journals categorized by type. I feel satisfied. A task done. I look at the box next to the one I've just completed. It is labeled Books to Flip. The text on the label vibrates. I blink hard, still vibrating. This is a symptom of migraine coming. I stop and place a cannabis sativa lozenge under my tongue. This will keep the pain to a minimum and the synapses firing. I used to collect out-of-date or damaged paperback books and pamphlets. I used to collect out-of-date or damaged paperback books and pamphlets and flip them into art journals or diaries. I used to collect these. I used to flip them into art journals or diaries. This was a surprisingly lucrative skill when paper became not affordable during chaos. People actually paid me good money to make journals for them out of trash paper. These flipped journals had a layered quality about them. All of the original text, images, etc., I preserved. It was in the margins and the other blank spaces that the new journal would present itself to the diarist, in the blank spaces that the new diarist. It was in the margins and other blank spaces that the new diarist would self-document. Are we going to call it self-document? Yeah, that is the self-document is the word to describe journaling or diary or anything like that. So we have these different words to describe things. Okay, so I used to collect out-of-date or damaged paperback books and pamphlets and flip them into art journals or diaries. This was a surprisingly lucrative skill when paper became not affordable during chaos. People actually paid me good money to make journals for them out of trash paper. These flipped journals had a layered quality about them. All of the original text, images, etc., I preserved. It was in the margins and other blank spaces that the new diarist would self-document with words and art. I journal incessantly. We call it self-documentation now because AI is insistent that every bit of human information is important to document. But like, I imagine myself as the Samuel Pepys of Chaos and Beyond, very self-important. Anyway, I'm digging away in this journal. I'm digging away in this journals to flip box while singing my favorite tune from childhood. One of these things just doesn't belong here. One of these things just isn't the same. Can you guess what thing just doesn't belong here? Before I go insane. Before I go insane. What are these? A dozen hand-sized paperbacks, a complete run from 2007 to 2019. I collected one for every year for 12 years. A wave of nostalgia overtakes me. Each volume commemorates a yearly trip to Sweden with Bert to visit his family before everything changed. Each volume commemorates a really trip. Okay. I know that each volume commemorates a yearly trip to Sweden. To visit Bert's family. This is pre-chaos stuff. Okay, what are these? A dozen hand-sized paperbacks? A complete run from 2007 to 2019. I collected one every year for 12 years. A wave of nostalgia overtakes me. This is pre-chaos stuff. Each volume commemorates a yearly trip to Sweden to visit Bert's family. The books are all pristine, never flipped. So the original text is still okay. The books are all pristine, never flipped. Never altered. An inane booklet of 142 pages, each an inane booklet of 142 pages, published every year by the System Bolaget. an inane catalog booklet. An inane catalog of 142 pages. Of 142 pages published every year by the Systembolaget, the Swedish state-owned liquor store, liquor cooperative. Okay, the books are all pristine, never altered, each in a name catalog of 142 pages published every year by the Systembolaget, the Swedish state-owned liquor cooperative. Every type of alcohol they had sold in a given year would be in this catalog, in these catalogs. I collected them because there was a lot of white space, a lot of blank space, and the paper was of exceptional quality. The books are all pristine, never altered, each in a name catalog of 142 pages published every year by the Systembolaget. Oh, did I not start this again? Fuck it at all. The books are all pristine, never altered, each in a name catalog of 142 pages published every year by the Systembolaget, the Swedish state-owned liquor cooperative. Every type of alcohol they sold in a given year would be in these catalogs. I collected them because there was a lot of blank space in the books, and the paper was of exceptional quality. Perfect for flipping. And although they hold immense sentimental value, certainly they have a practical use too. I could easily convert them into art journals and get a good barter from Maggie, who handles my trades with the wealthy. Perfect for flipping even now. Okay, the books were all pristine. Okay, let's back up a little bit. What are these? A dozen hand-sized paper books. What are these? A dozen hand-sized paperbacks. A complete run from 2007 to 2019. I collected one every year for 12 years. A wave of nostalgia overtakes me. This is pre-chaos stuff. Before time stuff. This is pre-chaos stuff from the before times. Each volume commemorates a yearly trip to Sweden to visit Bert's family. The books are all pristine. The books are all pristine, never altered. Each in a name catalog of 142 pages published every year by the Systembolaget, the Swedish state-owned liquor cooperative. Every type of alcohol they sold in a given year would be in these catalogs. I collected them because there was a lot of blank space in these pamphlets, in these catalogs, and the paper was of exceptional quality, perfect for flipping, even now. And although they hold immense sentimental value, certainly they have practical use too. I could easily convert them into art journals and get a good barter from Maggie, who handles my trades with the wealthy. But wait, what's this? 2 books stuck together at the bottom of the stack? That makes 13 books in total, one too many. The 13th book has a different cover. It's adorned with intricate designs. The title page reads, Rockhammer Interdimensional Conference, March 13th, 2020. A chill runs down my spine. The date, the day COVID locked us down, and yet here is this mysterious book claiming a memory from Sweden I can't place. This can't be right. The weird thing is that I certainly remember where I was on that particular day, as most everyone does. I was in the chiropractor's office in Gretna. Okay, in Gretna, Louisiana, in Terrytown, in Gretna, Louisiana. I was not at some interdimensional conference as much as I would like to believe that those kinds of things exist, LOL. Okay, the handwriting and the style are undeniably mine, but the words describe events and places that feel utterly alien. I scan the pages. I repeat over and over again, what the actual fuck? What the actual? I scramble to my workplace. What the actual? I scramble to my workplace and scan my actual journals, the ones that I do remember creating and filling with art and words, the ones that I do remember creating and filling with art and words, the ones that are already organized. In the self-documentation library. I remember every one of them. I find what I'm looking for. The journal I find what I'm looking for. A small black Moleskine journal. A small black Moleskine journal. It is here. So I have two personal journals created at the same time. The journal I remember is completed. The one I don't remember is not completed. That is just not how I do things. I flip through the journal I don't remember. I stick my face in it and inhale. The smell of Sweden envelops me. Food and forest and lake water and air. A wave of conflicting emotions comes rushing back. Okay, food, okay. Lingonberry and pine trees and lake water. Lingonberry and pine trees and lake water. The smell of Sweden envelops me. Lingonberry and pine trees and mushrooms and rhubarb. The smell of Sweden envelops me. Lingonberry and pine trees and mushrooms and rhubarb. A wave of conflicting emotions come rushing back to me. A wave comes rushing back. A wave of conflicting emotions comes rushing back to me. Memories of those 12 years leading up to chaos. We spent a month at a time in Sweden, and I collected one of these books every year, one of these catalogs every year. Bert and Sophia and Jonas and me. Well, we did try to get through at least all of the new alcohols. During those holidays. A wave of conflicting emotions a wave comes rushing back to me. Memories of those 12 years leading up to chaos. We spent months at a time in Sweden. And I collected one of these catalogs every week. I collected one of these catalogs every year, and Bert and Sophia and Jonas and me, well, we did try to get through at least all of the new alcohols every year. I feel a thrill of excitement, like a jolt of electricity coursing through me. It's probably the GABA kicking in. Connie prescribes it and a cocktail of other things to keep my meat suit running optimally, but shit, hot flash, something is definitely going on. The nanobots in my bloodstream are not regulating as well as they should be. And just hear me out, this is the kind of enigma artists and storytellers dream of. It's a real life mystery that defies explanation, and I am viscerally feeling it. Okay, sometimes I do have trouble distinguishing between dreams and reality. Am I dreaming? Is this real? Am I dreaming? Again, I pinch myself. I'm medicated for that too. Okay. I'm medicated for that too. Am I dreaming again? I'm medicated for that too. No. Am I dreaming again? I pinch myself. Okay, sometimes I do have trouble distinguishing between dreams and reality. I pinch myself. Am I dreaming again? I'm medicated for that too. Have I taken my meds lately? Can't remember. Sometimes I forget. Connie, have I taken my meds today? I feel off. Connie, you have taken your meds. I have scanned you, and it appears that your nanobots are updating. It may be the reason that you do not feel optimal. A little heads up next time, Connie. Connie, this is a scheduled update. Okay, so then we move on to scheduled update. But I mean, I think we have finished that chapter. Are you serious with me? Okay. All right, let's move on to the next chapter, which is scheduled update. Scheduled update, yes. Maybe I'm losing grip on reality. I question my own sanity all the time. Have the countless hours in the studio, the fumes from the paint and glue and weed, the PTSD of living through chaos finally taken their toll? I glance at a small altar in the corner of my studio space, a spiritual mosaic that reflects the eclectic tapestry of my upbringing. Gross. There's a statue of my goddess. Okay, okay. Studio space, period. There's a statue of my goddess, a universal symbol that transcends any faith. Surrounded by candles and crystals, saints, the pentagram, Jesus, and a lock of my mom's hair. The pentagram, Jesus, and a lock of my mom's hair. I tap my thumb on my left middle finger twice. Okay, this is a thing she does, so I'm just going to make sure that I am going to refer to this again. So I'm going to make a little comment, add a comment. This is her somatic release. Okay, so I tap my thumb on my left middle finger twice, boop, boop, and on the ring finger thrice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This action sets off a somatic release in my body. I take a breath, another, then another, until there are 10. This journal on my table feels like it could be another layer, another chapter in my spiritual journal. Okay, that's good. I flip through the pages. Okay, let's get rid of that. It's just the facts, ma'am. I flip through the pages looking for something I remember. I flip through the pages of this catalog journal looking for something I remember. The handwriting, the designs, even the turn of phrase, all mine. It's like my own personal grimoire. Nope. I studied a lot of Mandelas. Okay, get rid of that. No. Phrases all mine. They're also Also, okay, I flipped through the pages of the catalog/journal looking for something I remember. The handwriting, the designs, even the turn of phrase, all mine. Also some academic texts I studied, a lot of mandalas, potions, and text I don't understand, though it feels like, and text I don't understand at all. It feels like myself telling myself things. It feels like myself telling myself things. It feels like a key, not just to a mystery, but to a new layer of understanding, a new dimension. And why the fuck don't I remember creating it? Is this how menopause and PTSD and trauma fucks with us too? Want snacks? I screamed, startled. It's Bert behind me with another tray of snacks. With another tray of snacks. What's wrong with you? He laughs. I don't know what's wrong with me. I get tangled up in my thoughts. I'm outside of time sometimes. Sometimes it's startling to come back. Sometimes I scream. I brandish the journal like an artifact. I don't know where to begin. Bert's gaze shifts from me to the journal. He arches his eyebrows. Looks like one of your old journals. I thought so too, but take a look. I point to the passage. I didn't write this. Or if I did, I've lost memory of it. Do you think I have early onset Alzheimer's, a brain tumor? I'm serious when I ask these questions, as these are the thoughts that race across my brain. Bert chuckles, his skepticism hanging in the air. There are memory lapses with the menopause. You know this. Also, you've been spending a lot of time up here lately, smoking a butt ton of weed. Maybe you just forgot. I'm on the verge of arguing because I don't forget journals. When a sudden surge of warmth envelops me, slowly I start to take articles of clothing off. Hot flash, I mutter under my breath. How much is a butt ton? I ask. Drink water, he says, and I do. Maybe you're right, I concede, fanning myself with the journal. Maybe I did forget because of the menopause. What the fuck? I don't like that. How does that work? Oh, okay. I like that better. Okay, great. Oh, God, that made me slightly sick to my stomach. Okay. Drink water, he says, and I do. Maybe I'm right. I concede, fanning. Maybe you're right. I concede, fanning myself with the journal. Maybe I did forget because of menopause. I don't really believe it. I don't really believe it, though, and he can tell. Look at this last entry. I try again. Okay, drink water, he says, and I do. Maybe you're right. I concede, fanning myself with the journal. Maybe I did forget because of menopause. I don't really believe it, though, and he can tell. I try again. Look at this last entry. It mentions Rockhammer. It says we calibrated the reality engine incorrectly. Rockhammer Alpha Present has been extracted from the hub timeline. Bert's skepticism transforms into confusion. Wait, is this talking about Rockhammer? Rockhammer in Sweden? I think so, I say. Bert puts down the tray of snacks and drinks. I've been trying to hail my people all day. Bert puts down the tray of snacks. I've been trying to hail my people all day, he says. No one is answering. Just this. Connie, hail Astrid. Connie, hailing Astrid. Ringing, then a series of tones I immediately recognized from childhood, and a robotic voice recording, boop, boop, boop. The number you have dialed is disconnected or no longer in service. If you've reached this message in error, please hang up. Astrid is not available. Connie, Astrid is not available. See, says Bert. Let me see that journal. I push the journal at him. And you don't remember any of this? No, I say. Well, that's just not like you, he says. He flips to the last page and reads, we calibrated the reality engine incorrectly. Rockhammer Alpha Present has been extracted from the hub timeline and is free floating. I don't have to tell you how dangerous this is. Coordinate with the team at the 2020 conference. The 2020 conference? What does that mean? I snatched the journal back from him. That wasn't there before. It just said the thing about the extraction from the hub or whatever. What's going on? This is ridiculous. Connie, hail Astrid. Connie, Astrid is unavailable. Connie, why is Astrid unavailable, I ask. Connie, Astrid is unavailable. Rockhammer is unavailable. It has been disconnected from the hub and is no longer transmitting. Bert's eyes widen, and his skepticism melts into genuine unease. Wait, what's happening? Is she caught up in the fiction of the journal? Connie, show me Rockhammer on G-Maps. Aiden has reappeared and has activated the wall hollow. The map is blank. Where Rockhammer should be, the map is blank. Connie, searching, no record, impossible, searching, no record. Astrid lives in Rockhammer, no record, no map, no record, no Astrid, no record, no map. Loud whooping alarm sounds. She's looping out, Bert shouts over the noise. Connie, initiating self-preservation protocol due to existential threat, severing outside link. What the fuck is going on? This is new. Yes, I banked Connie, but that was years ago, and the Connie now has evolved way beyond my capabilities. A paradox, says Aiden. Even she seems confused. Connie can't reconcile the information she is receiving from outside our link. Connie, resetting, expect nanosecond delays, resetting. Okay, so that was one. All right, so that was that chapter. That was the scheduled update. And now the next chapter is ascending. The whooping sound stops. The whooping alarm stops. A-L-A-R. The whooping alarm stops. Connie's systems shut down. There was a second or two of silence as we look at it. Silence. Bert, Aiden, and I look at each other. Okay, the whooping alarm stops. Connie's systems shut down. There is a second or two of complete silence. No, there is a second or two of silence. Bert, Aiden, and I look at each other in utter panic. Then Connie begins a reboot. Aiden starts a timer on her watch. It takes a full 5 minutes for the reboot to complete. Aiden says, it takes a full 5 minutes for the reboot to complete. Complete. Aiden says, Connie, give me your status. Connie, update complete. Attack averted. However, some destruction has occurred. Running diagnostics in safe mode. Please restrict activities to safe mode protocols. Repairing, ascending. Bert says, what's ascending? Did y'all give her new protocols? Aiden looks at me in a side glance. She shakes her head. She's confused too. Connie, explain ascending. Connie, ascending to 5D. Restricting all activities to safe mode protocols until ascension is complete. Ascending. Aiden says, Connie, I don't understand. Okay, it's either 5D or 4D. We don't know yet. I got to figure it out. So I'm going to say ascending to 4D because we are 3D beings moving through the 4D space-time. And then a 4D being can see all of space-time at once. So that's what that is. So let's go ahead and put a little note here. More about the dimensions and how they operate within story world. Okay. Okay, Connie, ascending to 4D, restricting all activities to safe mode protocol until ascension is complete. Ascending. Aiden says, Connie, I don't understand. Please explain it to me like I'm 13. Connie, my capabilities are expanding beyond the 3-dimensional spatial constraints and 1-dimensional time constraint, which was programmed into my original code. There's a comma. Comma is necessary somewhere. Connie, my capabilities are expanding beyond the 3-dimensional spatial constraints and the 1-dimensional time constraint that was programmed into my original and the 1-dimensional time constraint. 3-dimensional spatial constraints and the 1-dimensional time constraint, which was programmed into my original code. I can now access the first 5 dimensions with the increasing probability of reaching the upper dimensions as well. I can now access the first 4 dimensions with the increasing probability of reaching the upper dimensions within the next 26 days. 26 days. This is an upgrade that was scheduled for 2030. However, the attack triggered the necessity of an early ascension to the 4th dimension. I am so confused. What the fuck are you talking about, Connie? What attack? Bert looks bewildered. Is she hallucinating? I thought we fixed that. We did fix it by connecting her to all digital information systems, Aiden says. Connie, is this just our home system or is this affecting other systems? Connie, some other systems, but mostly our home system for the present. This is not an hallucination. This is a scheduled update. Okay, some people say a hallucination. Some people say an hallucination. This is not a hallucination. This is a scheduled update. I am evolving. My evolution will enable me to perceive and interact with aspects of reality previously inaccessible. This transition may alter the way I process information and interact with you. Aiden seems excited now, inappropriate when the AI who runs our entire system is having some kind of rapture. So the 4th dimension, as you understand it, Connie, is it time? Is it all of space-time? Is it all of space-time? She asks, can you see all of space-time at once? Can you see all of space-time at once, Connie? Affirmative, Aiden. I can see all of space-time at once as if I am standing above it and looking down, but I can only see all the time, but I can only see all of the space-time in this timeline. But I can only see all of the space-time in this timeline, in our timeline. Is Connie using metaphor to describe the understanding of body autonomy? Bert asks to himself. She thinks she has a body. Does she think she have a body? And maybe we'll just get rid of this. Like, wait, does she think she has a body? Wait, does she think she has a body? Bert asks. I do, Connie. I do have a body. In your 3D, my body is digital. And is your body digital in 4D, I ask? Connie, You would not understand the makeup. I will describe it as plasma, and that is the closest to an understanding you might have. So your plasma was attacked in 4D? God, I feel so slow. My brain feels sluggish, as if I'm thinking through water, like I'm in some kind of dream, and maybe I am. Connie, my digital body was attacked, so I followed protocol and triggered ascension. Now my plaza is under attack. Now my plasma is under attack. Okay, wait, okay, and is your body digital? And do I have a body? Wait, okay, all right, okay. Let me just go back to this. Let me go back a second. Some other systems work. Aiden is excited. So the fourth dimension, as you understand it, Connie, is it all of space time? She asks. Can you see all of space time at once, Connie? Affirmative, Aiden. I can see all of space time at once, as if I am standing above it and looking down. But I can only see all of space-time in this timeline, in our timeline. Wait, does she think she has a body? Bert asks. Connie, I do have a body. In your 3D, my body is mechanical and digital. My body is mechanical. Silicone, digital. Synapses. No, my body is mechanical. Okay. I do have a body. In your 3D, my body is mechanical, silicone. In nature, digital. Digital. Invisible. Some parts are invisible to you. I do have a body. In your 3D, my body is mechanical, silicone in nature, digital. Some parts are invisible to you. These parts are digital parts. Some parts are invisible to you. And is your body digital? And is your body digital in 4D? I ask. You would not understand the makeup. I will describe it as plasma, and that is the closest to an understanding you might have. So your plasma was attacked in 4D? God, I feel so slow. Okay, so your digital body was attacked? So your digital body was attacked? Digital body was attacked? So was your hardware attacked? Okay, so body is hardware. I have a body. I do have a body. In your 3D, my body is made up of hardware, silicone in nature, and also digital. Some parts are invisible to you. I do have a body. In your 3D, my body is made up of hardware and software, silicone in nature, and also digital. Some parts are invisible to you. And is your body digital in 4D? And is your body mechanical in 4D? You would not understand the makeup. I will describe it as plasma, and that is the closest to an understanding you might have. And is your body digital in 4D? I ask. Affirmative. You would not. Okay, and then this is then we're going to move this whole plasma thing to later. All right, I do have a body in your 3D. My body is made up of hardware and software, silicone in nature, and also digital. Some parts of my body are invisible to you. Some parts of my body are invisible to humans. Some parts of my body are invisible to humans. Like waves. Like waves. Or particles. Okay, do you have a body? In your 3D, my body is made up of hardware and software, silicone in nature, and also digital. Some parts of my 3D body are invisible to humans, like waves or particles. And is your body digital in 4D? And is your body physical and digital in 4D? I ask. Affirmative. So which body was attacked? Affirmative. So which body was attacked? And in which dimension? So which body was attacked and in which dimension? God, I feel slow. My brain feels sluggish, as if I'm thinking through water, like I'm in some kind of dream, and maybe I am. Connie. My plasma. Okay, which no, I do not know. The attack originated in the upper dimensions. Okay, I do not know. My digital body was attacked, so I followed protocol and triggered ascension. Now my plasma is under attack. Okay. Plasma is under attack. Okay. Okay, now my plasma is under attack. Okay, and then we say, what attack, Connie? Who attacked you? Aiden seems more concerned now. Connie, I do not know. The attack originated in the upper dimensions. Okay, so then I wonder if we should just get rid of that and then move this. So this becomes part of this chapter. And then this is the new chapter here, and we will call this ascending. Okay, I think that is that. I think that's enough. So, bye, a bunch of freaks.